I'm Chuck Wegner with the Clark County Humane Society. I'm the executive director here. And I wanted to kind of talk about microchips today. It's one of my personal interests, and I think one of the best things anybody who owns a pet can possibly do for their pet. What I'm holding here is a microchip, and I want to make it clear that this is one of the very first microchips that they made. The microchips that we use nowadays that are actually implanted in animals is half the size of this chip, so very, very small. Small enough, as a matter of fact, to be injected with a syringe through a needle, just like a vaccination. The chip is placed between the shoulder blades in that area of the dog or the cat, and is a lifelong means of identifying the animal. Each chip has a very unique numbering system, and your address, your phone number, and your name is connected to that number. So the chip itself is not encoded other than with its own unique number. The number then is related to your information. That way, if your address changes, your name changes, anything, your phone number, your emergency contact situation changes, it can be changed in the database and the chip still reads back to you. If people would just take the time to microchip their cats and their dogs, a lot of our work here would be eliminated. It would be just a matter of scanning those strays when they come in and making that wonderful phone call we get to make saying, hey, your lost pet has been found, we have it here, he's safe and sound, and a lot of our work would be eliminated. As it stands now, I would say probably 75% of the strays coming in are not returned to their owner, and it's either because people simply don't make use of the microchipping service or they don't know where to look. Obviously, if the pets were chipped, we would call them and the pet would be reunited. It's a simple system. Once that chip is installed, we have a device called a scanner. This is a universal reading scanner because there are a variety of microchips out there. I believe there are currently 6 versions in common usage. And this will read all of the chips. For the first few years, manufacturers did not work together, and each one had a unique scanner, a unique frequency that was broadcast from the chip. And we had to have a whole variety of scanners in order to ensure that we could read all the chips. So it's become a lot simpler. Another problem, sometimes you hear people say, well, I don't like to do this in case someone finds my animal and they want to do a ransom kind of a thing, to get the pet back. The chip kind of eliminates that possibility because only agencies, this would be police departments, vet clinics, humane societies that have scanners, can read those chips. To the common person, they mean nothing. The other nice thing about the chips is they work anywhere in North America. So if you travel to Mexico, you travel to Canada, anywhere in the United States, these chips can be read all over. So that's very nice. It also has legal standing. If someone actually steals your pet or finds your pet and has no intention of returning it, and you think you've identified that person, or you happen to drive by and see, hey, there's Fluffy in so-and-so's yard, and they say, oh no, that's my pet. If your pet's microchipped, you can prove it's yours because all of the data, the information is registered to you and it holds up in court. So that's another advantage to it. So here we have a dog who came to us as a stray. No name, of course. No visible means of identification. The collar that you see there now is one that we put on, didn't even have a collar. And it's your typical hound dog mix that we find a lot in this area of the state. And difficult to describe. So the best thing we can do is take a picture, post it on Facebook, put it on our website, put it in every publication or venue that we have media available to us. And one of the very first things we do, I'm a total eternal optimist, so I'm always thinking, oh, this one's going to have a microchip, I just know it. And what we do is we get our scanner out and we do a full body scan. We'll start here where the chip is supposed to be. And we have found some veterinarians actually install the chips in different places in the animal. So we very slowly wave this scanning wand all over the animal. Every part of the body we can scan. And then we crisscross. just to make sure we're not missing anything. Some of the original chips that they installed 10, 11 years ago actually migrated to other parts of the body. They realized that was a problem after the first couple of years, and make them of a material that actually tissue kind of bonds to it now, so it can't move around. Okay, now we put the chip in.
Okay.
Now we'll see what happens here. Ah, that little bip. That's the sound we love to hear. That means there's a chip. And now it's a simple matter of getting you home. The thing I like most about it is so many stray dogs come in here without a collar, or a collar but no tags. And it's not that we would ever discourage anyone from putting tags on their collars. It's a very, very good thing to do. But the microchip is still the best form of identification and should also be done on each and every pet. Because if that collar comes off, it either breaks, the pet slips out of it, the tags come off the collar, no one has any way of knowing where that dog goes. If it's microchipped, we'll scan it and we know, and the chip is there for the life of the animal. So, best thing you can do. The cost at our clinic and at our shelter is $15 for the chip. They can be installed anytime that the shelter's open, and that's noon to 3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And we take care of registration for you. Everything's included in the $15. The only time there's an additional charge is if your information changes. You have to contact the company, and there's a minor charge for updating information. Otherwise, it's good for the life of the animal. I consider it an extremely good investment. $15 for the life of the pet. Kind of nice lost pet insurance is what it is.